Right, Lewis, make sure you include your audio.
Hungary.
Have you included your audio?
I'm in the game.
Yeah, but have you included your audio on stream?
Oh yeah, just waiting for Hungary. Make sure stream is actually streaming.
Right then, good afternoon everyone. We are here in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's round 18 of the ZRL World Championship. And joining me in the commentary box once again, like always, we got Lewis back again. So how are you, Lewis?
Good, and yet again, it's another weekend where both of the two title leaders aren't going to show up. So Echo and QC both are not racing today. So
Yeah, no,
QC,
not
his
which
long
will.
abs any more points, but Echo won't be able to increase the gap.
That's Josh Dawson joining a bit late as we have 17 minutes of qualifying, and as we joined we realised that it will be a wet qualifying, which will definitely bring out some of the drivers' weaknesses
Maybe we'll go
here
bowling.
today. Could be. Oh, and that's Zach Duck, nearly round already into turn 1. Only 13 drivers as well today, Lewis, so hopefully it should be a calm race.
Well, 14 now as Josh
Yeah,
Dawson
14 minutes,
is.
yeah. And I think we're just gonna follow Zach Duck on his lap then until we'll follow him until he's on his flying lap, I guess.
But I'm pretty sure Xbox will be the first onto his flying lap, yeah, coming around the final corner.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise that. Yeah, as we just watch Xbox then. So in ZRL, I don't, if I'm correct anyway, I don't think we've had a wet race or even wet qualifying for quite a long time. The last time we had it, I don't even remember it. It was, I think it was maybe near the start of the season. I don't know if you was here, Lewis, when we last had a wet race, but it was definitely quite a while ago.
I mean, I was only here in China, and then I came back in just after Portugal, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we heard from Xbox Culver earlier on that he's going to be hoping for that 1-2 finish with Paradox Ruins. Obviously, we had Xbox Culver last weekend in the Dev League reserving. He and I can't remember who it was now. It's Akkers. Him and Akkers got a 1-2 in that as well, which was very nice to see. We don't get too many of them in ZRL, so it's nice to get them now and again. Quite excited to see what Ben and Bass can do today as well, because they're quite a good team.
Yeah, but Xbox is going to set his lap now, but it does look to be quite slow, but in the vein. We'll see what he can do. And that's a 128.
128.9 that was, and we're going to wait for the next person who will, I think the next person will be Zach Duck if I'm correct. Yes, it will be, I think.
EX who's second to leave.
Yeah, so
Probably in a party with each other.
here is Zach Duck then, crossing the line with 1 minute 30.1. He wasn't fast enough to get past Xbox Culver on that lap there. Goatsy goes in with P3 with 1 minute 31.0.
No, it's going to be Paradox Ruins. Is it P2?
Four drivers then have put time on the board at the moment. 5 drivers now. DK comes in with the fastest time with 1 minute 28.8. He beaten Xbox Culver by 1/10 of a second.
The title's glitched again. It's in round 17 Austrian Grand Prix.
Is it?
Mhm.
Alright. Pretty sure I changed it. I don't get it. Oh, and 3 miles then, with the fastest time. 1 minute 28.4. 4/10 faster than DK. That's a good lap time for Freeway.
Yep, is that Xbox or Paradox? Xbox, and it gets past DK and puts it P2.
And Zach Duck hasn't got a wing as well. I've only just realised that. So.
It's one of the Red Bulls fastest. Oh, not fastest could have gone, but ahead of Zach
Here's
Duck.
Ben then. Across the line. Ben goes P2 with the 1 minute 28.6. In the background, there is a Ferrari as well. I'm not sure if they're setting the time. They are, and it's Hypes with a 1 minute 27.1, and that's a strong lap indeed.
Yet again, it looks like Hypes might take his second winner after last week. It pretty much being robbed by his time penalty, but he'll definitely be looking for that second win today.
Drivers yet to put a time on the board. Then we have ADS, Chubb, Josh Dawson, and the Pig, as we've got a Euro sector. I think that's just someone slowing down to let someone pass.
But Chubb's going to cross the line now.
Is he? Oh, yeah, let's have a look at that then. He does and puts in a P8. Tell you what,
but Hypes is
that lap. Oh, keep going, sorry.
But Hypes is going to come back round now to the pit straight as he heads around the final corner. Will be hoping to improve his lap time now, which he does, and he puts it even faster.
1 minute 28.9. That is a very strong lap, and he is definitely
26.
setting his 26. Sorry. Yeah, he's definitely separating himself from the rest of the pack. That is good times from him.
But it does look like the two Alfa Romeos, which were hoping to get a 1-2 this race, are now only in P5 and 6. As we're about 7 minutes into qualifying.
Three drivers then. Yes, put a time on the board, and I think that's Prodigy round. Yes, it is. Xbox Culver catches up with him as well, and Prodigy just waits off the track for him to go past. But we're on. Well, I don't even know how long we've got left at the minute actually, because we've got the yellow flag. There we go. It's 9 minutes. Well, just under 10 minutes now, as Hypes extends his lead even more with a 1 minute 26.3. Wow, he is setting the times out there, isn't he?
Definitely looks like Hypes is going to be a really good wet weather performance, which we haven't been able to see yet. But one of the three drivers to yet set a time is going on to the fast lap now, and that is the Pig in the AlphaTauri.
DK goes on to his outlap, and who did you just mention? Lewis?
The Pig onto his fast lap now.
We'll stay on board with that then, shall we? As he goes very wide and invalidates his lap, nearly makes contact with Bass.
But with only Josh Dawson in the McLaren this weekend, Haas will be improving their lead in the championship even more. if Prodigy outperforms Josh, as they're currently 127 points ahead of the McLaren team. But any other drivers that will want to stand a chance at winning this race, at the rate it's going, it looks like Hypes is going to just prevent that from happening.
Yeah, Hypes has definitely got no fear in the rain. I'll tell you that. He's a very, very well. You see by the speed, the times he's setting, even that is about 2 whole seconds off DK's time, and that is very, very good lap times, definitely. He's on low fuel as well now,
Yep,
so he's going to try and get himself back to the pits.
Zach?
Yeah, he's going down the pit straight now. Still, ADS Josh oh no, actually.
Xbox?
Oh, no. Don't 2 of the drivers have quali bans? I'm pretty sure they do, because it carried over from last race, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Josh and Josh and DK of ADS.
It's got to be ADS. I don't know. Anyway, that's why 2 of the drivers haven't set a time on the board. Then I'm guessing. Okay then, 6 minutes to go of this qualifying session here in Hungary. It's very, very wet today, but it's not seeming that much of an obstacle for Hypes, as that was Zach Duck nearly round. But yeah, Hypes is doing very well out there, extending his lead from the rest of the pack. DK in P2 with 1 minute 28.1. He's just improved it by 1/10 there, and you've got Frugal Mars in P3 at the moment. So let's see how that's going to change up in the next 6 minutes.
But Zach is going to be going around the final corner now. We'll be hoping to get further into the point positions, but it looks like he's going much slower than the other drivers and won't improve his lap time.
Oh, and the pig's on his outlap. So yeah, it's definitely ADS and Josh Dawson with the quali bans then. Was that Xbox Culver up into P2? Very, very good for him. The 1 minute 28.012. Wow, look at the difference between Xbox and Frugal Mars' time. Wow, that is crazy.
1,000.
Well, you don't see that very often.
But Paradox will be hoping to spoil Frugal Mars and get up into P3 or P1 to make it Alpha Male 1-2. But it is on his outlap, so never mind.
Yep. Zach Duck then, sitting down in P10 earlier on. He had some problems with his wing, and I'm not really sure how it happened, to be honest. But what's going on here? What's going on?
Ben looks like he could be on a good lap here.
I'll have a look at that one, shouldn't I? Here comes Ben then. He got the 1-2 in Portugal. He's going to cross the line now, and he does improve by 0.3 of a second here in Hungary.
As he loses
Oh, and he spins it. That's Ben round into turn 1 then. What is Bass doing? Okay. Bass just came to say hello to Ben on the grass.
So Red Bull doesn't give you wings after all.
Good joke there.
But the pig's invalidated his lap again.
And it's not going well for the pig. He's gonna
Carry on.
really want to put a lap time on the board, but he just keeps messing up on his laps. We're going to stay on board with him for this next one, as we've got 3 minutes left of today's quali session, and it's the pig then
Qualifying
to get his first lap on.
Qualifying definitely has not treated the pig the best over the past few races, always being at the back of the grid, and he's invalidated his lap.
And he's invalidated again. And
on a straight.
Pig, but yeah, I know. Okay, he's gone wide again there, and I wish him luck. Hopefully he gets the time on the board before the last 2 minutes. So that's Hypes with the fastest middle sector. Let's see if he'll be able to improve his lap time, as he has got P1 already. Goes round the hairpin across the line now, and he nearly loses it, and he won't improve. As Bass retires from the session. Not really sure what happened there. I'll have a look at the Alpine, see if we can get a close up on that one. And there's Bass then in the wall. And yeah, Red Bull are not going to be happy about that one at all. Bass will be starting very far down the grid, as we've only got over under 2 minutes left now.
As that was a car bound, did not see. I think it was Chubb. No, it wasn't Chubb, it must be an ADS. Wait, no. It was a car.
That's a yellow flag in sector 2, and that's a Haas round. It's Progeny then, out of the session.
But the pig has invalidated his lap again. Very unfortunate for him.
That's well, he's not going to be happy about that. He's really wanting to put a lap time on the board, but he's not looking like he's going to be able to by the end of this session today. Let's see. So what happened? And that's Paradox Ruins with the fastest middle sector. Actually, we're going to stay watching this one.
This could be good for the Alfa Romeo party.
Here we go then. Is Paradox Ruins going to come and spoil the partying? And he does set a P2 time with a 1 minute 27.7. And I must say, for Paradox Ruins and the Alpine Alfa Romeo team even, that's a good time.
But Xbox has an invalidated lap, so that's probably going to be qualifying over for Xbox unless he puts one more lap in to try and make it 2 through.
That's the end for Xbox's Ben. Ben goes P3, very good for him. He's going to be happy about that. One thing he won't be happy about is his teammate won't be up there with him, as Paradox goes round into the wall. Wow, big shun. And his tyre came clean off, as Hypes improves his time even more with a 1 minute 25.8, and you can tell he's got practice round here. That's what just happened there? Was that Gilksy? It was Gilksy. He's just reversed into my camera angle on the stream.
Nice. But Xbox will be trying to get into P2 since Ben came and ruined the Alfa Romeo fun. But he's going through the final sector now.
Gilksy will not put any other really good time on the board. He's on low fuel mode, so he's probably going to pull into the pit lane. And he does do that indeed, so we're going to have to wait for him now. And then that will be it for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen.
And Xbox did not improve his lap. And that's it.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of your qualifying session here in Hungary. It is ZC Hypes with P1 then in the Ferrari with 1 minute 25.8. Just behind him we've got DK in the Aston Martin, very, very strong laps from him. And then Paradox Ruins, the third Englishman, up there in P3. Going down the grid then we've got Ben P4, Xbox P5, Frugal Mars P6, Gilksy P7, Progeny P8, Chubb P9, and Zach Duck P10. So, be back with us, ladies and gentlemen, for the Hungarian Grand Prix in a few moments' time.
Back in Hungary.
We sure are. Right, here we go then, Lewis.
Yep. As we go bowling for round 17 in ZRL.
It's a wet race here in Hungary. 14 drivers lining up on the grid now. And it's lights out, and away we go. Hypes gets a great start off the line, and it's DK just behind him. Down into turn 1 we go. Ben makes a place up on Paradox Ruins. Here we go, down into turn 1. It's ADS already out of the session. And look at all those position changes. Process what's just happened there is Frugal Mars then. There's a bit of tangling going on between the Alpha and the Red Bull down into turn 2. And after all of that then, Lewis, Hypes comes out on top and still keeps his position on that one.
Yep, but ADS will be very upset about that as he jumped the start and collided with Bass. And even after serving a qualifying ban.
Alright then, as we come on to the second lap out of 35, it's Hypes that still leads the race, with DK just behind him in the Aston Martin and Paradox Ruins just behind that. It's Xbox Culver goes into the pit lane as well, so I'm not sure what happened with him. So does Chubb. I've just realised as well, Zach Duck up into P5. He's clearly made up a few positions, hasn't he? Because didn't, I think, let's have a look. Yeah, Zach Duck made up 5 positions, started P10. And there is your predicted pit stop strategy, ladies and gentlemen, powered by AWS on the screen right now. Let's go through the position changes then, shall we? Frugalmar's up 2 positions, and it's the top 3 that haven't moved since the start. It's Zach Duck made up 5, Josh Dawson made up 8, very good start from him. Ben dropped down 3, Guilty dropped down 1, the Pig has gone up 3, very good for him. Progeny has dropped down 2, but the main one out of them all, Xbox Culver, has dropped down 7 positions after the start of this Grand Prix.
Yep, it's going very well for Josh Dawson, however not the same can't be said for Xbox Culver. After qualifying in P5, he's out of the points and in P12 as his teammate is in podium positions. So don't know what's happened there, but he'll definitely be hoping to get those positions back.
And if I'm correct, I can't really remember, was it Hype Seed who won last race? I can't remember, no. I can't even know, do you know this?
I'm pretty sure it's Prodigy won it.
Oh, it's Prodigy, never mind. Okay, so Prodigy's at least going to want to get back up to the podium positions, or at least top 5. That's good for him. Be nice to see DK do very well as well. As we're on lap 3 currently, and I don't want to put the commentator's curse on anything, but we haven't yet had a safety car, which is surprising.
But it looks like Prodigy's going to try get a move on the Pig now for P10, but it backs out, assuming due to the rainy conditions. I don't want to take too big of a risk.
Can you spot any good battles going on, Lewis? I'm just having a look at this one with who's this? Prodigy and Bass, who's trying to get past him.
Looks like it's going to be a three-way battle between Prodigy, Bass and the Pig. But we've got no signs of drying up for now, so it's going to be a very risky battle to fight.
Especially in the rain as well. 3-way battle. And this could go horribly wrong.
One second.
And that's Hypes then extending his lead. 6.8 seconds separate him and DK, as Hypes has just gone and put in, yet again, another fastest lap.
Which isn't as fast as his qualifying lap, but he might actually be able to do that due to having clean air and being well ahead of the pack. But it looks like Bass is nearly out of the fight with Prodigy. He's going to have to go very late on the brakes, which he does, and might get the move done here into turn 3. But like say, the rain conditions won't be helping the drivers, except for the drivers that are trying to defend.
Yeah, they definitely won't be. You can tell a lot of the drivers absolutely hate the rain, as it's Bass then trying to get past Prodigy. Prodigy is trying to get past the Pig. Which way will this end up then, as we're into sector 2 now? Into the chicane we go.
As we get an amazing camera angle through that chicane there for the three-way battle for the points.
Now it's Prodigy. He looked for the opening and had to back out of that one last minute. Do remember though, we have the straight coming up next, where he may be able to find the speed to get past him. There's only half a second to separate them. So, onto the straight we go. It's going to be flat out then for both drivers. Prodigy sets after the pig. Will he be able to get past him down into turn 1? And that's powered up for the 3-second time penalty as well. But Prodigy fails to get past the pig just at this moment, but he does look down the inside. The pig closes him off. Prodigy can't get past him just there as well. Here comes Prodigy though. Is he going to go down the outside this time? He has to back out a little bit. Round here he goes wide as a result.
But Zach has made it into P5, but it does go off track and allows Josh Dawson to get the position.
Oh, and Lewis, Josh Dawson, yet again is racing with no helmet.
McLaren curse, apparently.
Right, this puts in 1:27. And it actually surprising me to say this, Lewis, we only have one driver with a time penalty and we're on lap 7.
But by lap 10, will we have about 10? We don't know, so don't put the...
It's possible.
Don't curse it.
I won't. Well, I might have already done it now. But let's hope not. As Prodigy finally gets past the pig. The pig will be wanting to get back past him, but it doesn't look like he will be able to. Tell you what, top job from Hypes. 10, well, nearly 11 seconds separate him and DK. So he's clearly not scared of the rain.
Yeah, as Hypes continues to build that gap, and but DK is also making a gap on Paradox, so it looks to me like that top 3 might just stay the same until the end.
Could really be, yeah. We've got Chulp in P13, last place. He's sitting out there with nearly 8 seconds that separate him and Xbox Cool, but that gap is coming down by quite a bit now. Yeah, so Chubb's sitting out there quite lonely at the minute. So is Xbox Culver with 8.8 seconds separating him and Bass. Only 0.2 seconds, 0.1 now, and it's Bass. Will he make the move on the pig? He's going to go down the inside into turn 1. Will he make the move stick? Yes, he will. Side by side into the first corner.
The pig might try get move done as Bass nearly loses it, and that means that they're going side by side as pig gets slightly ahead. Position back.
Bass will be fuming. He won't be fuming now as the pig goes wide. Bass manages to get himself back into position, but the pig's going to go down the inside, forces Bass wide, and Bass takes the position of for the race.
Looks like the Vane has produced some good racing near the back of the grid, however at the front it's very much splitting them apart. So very interesting to see what the different styles are in the Vane.
very unusual to see a wet race. We haven't seen one since, well, actually, Lewis. So you were here for China, and then I think we had a wet race. I'm not even joking anymore. We had a wet race after that, which was literally about 16 rounds ago, which is crazy. So we've had dry races all that time. Pig gets a 3-second time penalty, and we're nearly on lap 10 then, Lewis, and as he said, we might have 10 time penalties by the time of lap 10, and we've only got 2.
But it looks now like the Red Bull of Ben is trying to gain on Zach Duck, who has lost a position and is now back into P6, but very good. Say he started in, was it P12?
Yeah, I believe so. Prodigy then is down into P9. He will probably be feeling quite depressed. His teammate isn't here this weekend, and I don't think he was there last weekend, was he?
No, he wasn't. However, as we saw, I believe Prodigy came home with the win.
He
so
did. Yeah, and I was happy to see that, because it's nice to see Prodigy do well, and not always Echo, QC, or Hypes winning the races.
However, in the early season, I guess Prodigy had a lot of success. However, it was always very unlucky because his teammate was just ripping away those wins. However, with a great teammate comes great responsibility, so
here we go then. We have yet again another three-way battle with Zach Duck, Ben and Guilty down the straight into turn 1. What's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen really. Yeah, and it's not.
But without jinxing anything, we have had no safety cars on a wet race until lap 12.
I was going to
So
say lap 12 out of 35, not a single safety car in sight. Hypes has just left after leading the race with a 16.6 second lead, and as the AI is going to be driving at 40%, it's going to definitely come down.
This also happened at Monza for Hypes. So
Internet issues.
once he gets back in control of the car.
And the top 3 as well is still the exact same from the race start, and that's Hypes back in the game. So he's going to be wanting to get back into that car as soon as he can. The gap's already come down by 3 seconds, which is vital. Well, still 13 seconds separate them, but, well, 12 now, but, you know.
However, I think we need it to rain more often as we've had 0 safety cars.
Yeah, it's been a good race. It's actually been quite a good race for saying it's raining. I mean, well, to be honest, I couldn't believe Monaco. Monaco was one of the cleanest races. I know you weren't there for that, Lewis, but I think, yeah, Monaco was one of our cleanest races, and that was what we thought to be one of the messiest.
Yeah.
Here's Josh Dawson then, trying to make a move on Frugal Mars. Frugal Mars has just joined the game once again. He's going to be wanting to get back into that car straight away.
It's quite a battle forming here at the back. Not really at the back, but between the midfield. They're all very close together now. Only separated by a second. But Josh Dawson and Frugal Mars, well, Frugal Mars' AI are going and battling it out. But Josh Dawson gets past and Frugal is going to lose crucial positions.
There's Prodigy with a 3-second time penalty, and that's 3 drivers then with time penalties today. Yet again, the top 3 is the exact same as when it started. I must say though, Josh Dawson made up 10 positions since the start. He started this race in last position, and we're on lap 14. I've only just realised. Why is ABS disqualified? I thought he crashed out.
No, he was disqualified for jumping the start and hitting Bass.
Alright. I think that's Chubb and the Pig having a little bit of a battle. They are going side by side now. Chubb's going to take the inside line, but the Pig comes round the outside and closes him off, and it's the Pig now into P12. Josh Dawson picks up a 3-second time penalty at the same time. And it's lap 15 now, out of 35.
But that's a yellow flag in Sec 3, and I believe that is Gilksy.
How many races is it then since we had QC Rocket in Echo Computer? Well, I haven't seen the QC Rocket for absolutely ages.
I'm pretty sure this is the 6th race that QC hasn't
6th?
taken part in. I'm sure it's something like that.
Can you believe we've got 1 DNF? That is crazy. No, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on like I mentioned all the time, but
And it ain't even a DNF though, so...
Yeah, true. So. Zacked up then. Still up in P5. At the start of the race he made up 5 positions and has managed to maintain them. But he is having to defend through miles with his life as he's coming up behind him now. And that's Gilksy who's left the session, which is going to put Prodigy at an advantage. Prodigy flies past his mate, gives him a little bit of a wave as the wheel bang there, and Prodigy up into P8 now.
As through the Frugal Mars, Zach and Ben are getting quite close now, and when they get to the pit straight, they will be definitely trying to gain with top speed and ERS. So we'll see what happens with these three now, as we head through sector 3, heading towards the pit straight.
Right, Gilksy has joined back as Chubb picks up a 3-second time penalty. Speaking of time penalties, let's go through them, shall we? Let's have a look. So, Paradox Ruins has got a 3-second, so does Josh Dawson, Prodigy and the Pig. And we've got Chubb with the big 13 time penalties there. And I think I mentioned this race, last race as well. We've definitely, it's not the biggest we've seen before. And yeah, I don't think you weren't here for this one as well, but it was, I don't know what round it was, I think it was around 11. At Silverstone, Charlie Chip managed to pick up a 30-second time penalty or something around that. So he holds the record for the biggest time penalty, I guess. Then he went and got a 6-race ban and never returned.
Yep, so
that's Chubb nearly making a move on the Pig. Has to back out of that one.
I think we've now have lost Charlie Chip, so Mercedes will be struggling in the championship.
Yeah, I will be completely honest. I don't think Mercedes is going to be able to make a brilliant comeback in the races we have left. Is there even? I'm not even sure. Is there even a second Mercedes driver? I can't remember now. Because
I'm not. Oh wait, yeah, there is Ellis the Great now.
Oh, it's Ellis. Yes, where's Ellis gone? Why is Ellis not there? I didn't even realise that. Ellis is another one of the good drivers at ZRL. But lap 18 out of 35 now. We're over the halfway point for today's race.
But the Chubb is going to try and make a move on Pig and might go for the dive bomb as he gains towards the turn 1, but doesn't get it done, but it does get a lot closer. Which, have we had any pit stops yet?
I'm not sure, which means I will have a look. We've had.
Oh yeah, we've got
Xbox and Chubb, and they both pitted on lap. Well, I think it was 2 because I'm not even sure what happened. Bit of a collision at the start, which resulted in them losing their front wings and then both pitted. But apart from them two, we haven't seen any more pit stops, and we're nearly going on to lap 20.
Yep, so it'll be very late pit stops, so
Yep. We see blue flags all around as Hypes laps Chubb and the Pig. That's a big whopping 22.8 seconds that separate Hypes and DK. I must say Hypes is very good in the rain. Yeah, he's showing no fear.
and also very good at Hungary, it appears, lapping on average about 2 seconds quicker than all the other drivers on the grid. However, due to the late strategy, if the rain begins to clear up, it will be very late for them to switch to soft tyres, or well, not soft, slicks.
"15 laps to go then of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's the top three that are the exact same since the start, and they haven't changed. Well, they haven't changed since the start, like I've just mentioned. DK, he's doing a great job, but still being outperformed by Hypes, who is 24 seconds now in front of him. Paradox Ruins is 8.7 seconds away from DK, as that's Bass now is the next person to pit, and that's a good pit stop from them as he's now exiting the pit lane. Pigs also decided to come into the pit lane now, and that'll be the fourth driver to pit in today's race on lap 21. And like you mentioned earlier, Lewis, they are really extending this first stint.
Yep, which will definitely help them when it comes to actually getting ahead of the other drivers, because if they manage to pit early, but it all depends on their strategy and, well, luck, I guess, because if their rivals decide to pit early, then it will definitely not help.
Hypes has just made his way past Bass, and he's now lap 3 of the drivers. Guilty pulls into the pit lane, which brings Xbox Culver up into P9. And Xbox mentioned to me earlier, like I mentioned in qualifying, Xbox was looking for that 1-2 finish with Paradox, and at this moment it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But all the front runners haven't pitted yet, so, well, I mean, Hypes can get away with about 2 pit stops at that time, but yeah.
But it looks like the Pig and Ben will be at the advantage here. So possibly we could see Pig getting a better result than usual.
Yeah. Xbox then pulls into the pit lane, and that is the majority of the grid that have pitted now, as Hypes, DK, Paradox Ruins, Josh Dawson and Prodigy are yet to pit, and they will most likely do it in the next few laps.
Yep, as Josh Dawson, who has fought back from his qualifying ban, is in P4, so definitely a good result.
Oh, here's Frugal Mars front wing to back wing with Ben. There's also Zach Duck just in front of that as well. Let's see what's going to happen. Then we go through the chicane now, halfway through the middle sector, and later on we have the straight. Will Ben be able to get past Zach Duck? Will Frugal Mars be able to get past Ben? They are the big questions going around.
As Ben pushes, it's like, oh.
3-second time penalty. Did he make contact with Zach Duck?
No, he went wide, but he just did under braking.
Here comes the big long straight then, as it's foot to the floor now for all drivers. Will Frugal Mars be able to get past Ben? Ben's going to move over to look for a move on Zach Duck. Zach Duck has absolutely flew ahead, and he won't be able to make a move on him, as that's a yellow sector, and that's a Red Bull round, and that will be Bass into the wall.
And that could very well be the first safety car of the session.
I think he's just been hit by Chubb. He's just been hit by Chubb, who pulls into the pit lane, and Chubb is going to be absolutely raging about that. That just didn't go his way at all.
Could this be the first race to not have a safety car if the safety car isn't brought out from that incident?
Could well be, as the pig did go round there just next to the pit entry, and we still haven't got a safety car. With Gilksy gets a 3-second time penalty as well. But yeah, like you just mentioned, Lewis, no safety car to be seen at the minute, and I am I'm actually really surprised. Just over 10 laps to go as well. If we make it through this race with no safety cars, that will be amazing.
Well, like I say, there's only 10 laps to go for most of the drivers. And it's looking very good for the chances of having a completely clean race.
There's ZC Hypes then, with a 1 minute 26.9, and this is where he starts getting close. Well, he's not actually. I think, what was his qualifying time? It was 1 minute 25, I believe, wasn't it?
Hype's at a 1:25.8.
Okay, so, yeah, so Hype's just put in a 1 minute 26, and he is closing in on his qualifying time. He's got a lot of clean air in front of him, 30 seconds to be exact, and that's DK then, one of the top runners. He's the first to decide to pit, up there in the top 5. Let's see how well this plays off then for some of the drivers. Paradox Ruins follows him in there.
However, Hypes could be risking it a lot right now because he's not pit yet and he needs to make the mandatory pit stop. And on 24 lap all tyres, he's definitely risking it, but he is building a very large gap, which is 52 seconds.
Wow. I'll tell you, that is absolutely astonishing. 53 seconds out in front. I mean, he's yet to pit, but he can get a few pit stops in that time.
This could be a grand slam as well for him. He's led every lap of the race, fastest lap qualifying.
And that is the, I think that's DK who just went past the pig. He's just finally lapped him.
But it does look on track now to be the cleanest race that ZRL has seen. And we've had non-stop rain since the start of qualifying. Getting flashbacks from Spa.
Okay then, so it's Prodigy and Hypes, both of them drivers yet to get a pit stop in. If Prodigy pits, he will lose track position. If Hypes pits, there's no chance he'll lose track position. He's extended his lead that far.
Well, he could actually lap second place the rate that he's going. Pipes could be lapping the entire field. If so, we might have to make an entire new division just for Hypes.
Yeah, we might have to. See what's going on around the grid then. Oh, and that's Frugal Mars, who bumps the back of Zach Duck's car. Will he go into the pit lane? Has he got wing damage? Should be alright to carry on. He clearly didn't get any damage after that.
And so far, yet again, we've only had, without putting the commentator's curse, we've only had one DNF, and that was a disqualification from what appears in the Discord, a glitch.
Oh, okay, Lewis, I've just been kicked from the game. I will be back in the game. Can I get a quick invite?
I'll send you an invite.
Yeah. Jeez.
You in?
Yep, I'm back in the game now. 28 laps out of 35 have been completed, and yet again, the top three are exactly the same. Like you mentioned earlier on, Lewis, Hypes might be coming round to lap the whole grid, and can you imagine that? If he Hypes laps the whole grid, should have some special award.
First Grand Slam and lapping of the entire grid.
That's another fastest middle sector. Is he on for another fastest lap?
However, with that pit stop, he might not be able to lap the entire grid now. Which is a shame, because we'd love to see it.
Pipes is coming down now to lap the Alpha Tauri of Guilt. Wait, so how many people does he lap now?
I have no clue.
Yeah, so he's going around to lap Guilty then. I don't know. Surely he's lapped more than that. I don't know. Anyway, 6 laps remaining, maybe 7 actually, if you include the final lap. And Do you? I can't really remember, Lewis. Do you know when the last time Hypes won a race? It wasn't last race, obviously, because Prodigy won.
It was Monza, I believe.
Monza. Oh, okay. That Alpha and Mayo.
No, don't bring out a safety car. Don't happen now.
Don't mess it up, guys.
Which it hasn't come out, so yay.
Swear to God, we have to throw a party if we don't get a safety car. Hypes extends his lap time with a 1 minute 26.4. That's the next fastest lap even of today's race. With Xbox Culver then's looking for a move on Gilksy into turn 1. It's a fight for P9.
Oh, I believe the last person he's lapped is Gilksy.
Okay, so he's lapped 5 people now. The pig gets a 3-second time penalty, and we'll have a look at the time penalties once again, shall we? While we're here, we've got Paradox Ruins with a 3-second time penalty, so does Prodigy, Ben, Gilksy, and that's all a 3-second. Then we've got the 6-second time penalty, which is for Josh Dawson, and 9-second for the pig, and the big 11 for Judd. What,
So
keep going.
I guess on tracks where the most drivers crash out, zero crash out here. So
Hypes extends his lap time, and you've been kicked as well. Anyway, we've got a bit of a fight going on with Xbox Culver and Gilksy. Which way will he go? Will he go down the inside or the outside? He might be too far back to make the move, though. He's going to make a very confident move down the inside, but he has to back out of that one. At the last minute, it's side by side now and nearly makes contact with Gilksy, and which brings Xbox Culver up into P9. Gilksy down the inside once again. He's not giving up, defending like crazy now. And Gilksy retakes the position.
this is really becoming a race to watch now. As I'm back into this session.
Oh, Xbox Culver nearly loses his rears out of that corner there.
And I'm back.
Oh, and that's the pig going slow. Don't bring out a safety car, pig. Please don't.
Don't be that. Don't do that.
He's scared.
Don't be the guy.
Don't be the guy to win.
Pig, you need to speed up. And he sets another fastest.
He's into the 1 minute 25 now, which means he's at his time. And through Mars hits the back end of Ben. I'm not sure if he got any damage on that or not,
but still, the top three have not gained or lost any positions, which shows how good these three drivers have been today. But I definitely know which driver will be going home with driver of the day. A grand slam, nearly lapping the entire grid.
Yeah, we can. I would bet all my money on well, we just know who's gonna get driver of the day, don't we? I could probably bet my life on it. There's no question about it.
No questions, no.
we've got all the drivers and they've got to hang in here now. With only a few laps remaining, we don't want the safety car out, and technically we haven't had a DNF, which is, it's never happened here at ZRL, ever, before. This race is turning out to be a crazy one, isn't it, Lewis? You've got Hypes of the Grand Slam, Hypes is probably going to get the Grand Slam even. He's probably going to get Driver of the Day as well. Ben goes right through the sign there, goes off onto the grass. And, yeah, I can't remember what was.
He didn't hit the wall, did he?
No, he's alright. He didn't hit the wall. But it's, yeah, like I was saying, Hypes is probably going to get the Grand Slam. He's probably going to get a Driver of the Day. And, I can't remember what I was going to say now. I keep forgetting what I was going to say, Lewis. What was I going to say?
Probably going to get Driver of the Day. Yeah. Don't have a clue what you're going to say after.
Well. Oh, and that's a pig with a 10-second time penalty. That's 19 on his name now. And that is big. He's last position anyway, so it won't really mean anything, but...
I believe that could be something to do with the fact he is on full wets.
Is he?
Don't know why he's chosen to take that strategy. Because there are still dry spots on track, but, yeah,
that might not have been the best idea.
That's an interesting racing line, to be honest.
Yep.
Let's see his racing line through the final corner. A normal one. Right. So, Ben Higgs on a road trip.
Yep. He is. As it's Hypes into the middle sector then.
Oh, Xbox and Galaxy are battling it out.
Oh yeah, side by side down there then.
It's Galaxy keep on the inside, but they touch wheels as Xbox is going to try and get a switcheroo done. As he tries to go around the outside, and he does get it done. Amazing move by Xbox. But Galaxy is going to try and get the move done again, but they do make contact. That was quite dangerous from Galaxy, but
and
that's
you can see
another...
Galaxy has lost a bit of wing. And he will not be happy about that at all. A few drivers picked up time penalties as well. Keep going.
The pig is taking a tractor currently, so let's go on board with him so we can learn the track. But that is 40 seconds of penalties, which is almost as much...
Wait,
that's probably more than Charlie.
Okay, 40 seconds. Okay. It's official. The pig has broken the record as ZRL of the most time penalties.
I think that must be a six race ban.
And yeah. Okay.
Which will be the rest of the season.
It would be. And if that did happen, he would not see... Well, he'd be back on 22. F1 22. This would be his last race.
Yeah, definitely.
This season.
It's been fun, Pig. Your alternate racing line, though, it just doesn't work in these regulations. It's Galaxy's pit.
And it's Hypes then, who's caught up with traffic. There's a yellow sector in Sector 1, but never mind that for now. Hypes has led every single lap of this race. He's coming round to lap some of the other drivers as well. Heading down now, he's in the final sector.
He could have lapped nearly 10 cars by the end of this race, as Zach's disconnected.
Zach has disconnected, as it's Hypes then. He's heading down now to the final corner, manages to get past the two back markers. Foot to the floor now. Hypes across the line in Hungary, wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. And
what a drive!
That is so you got a Grand Slam, probably going to get the Driver of the Day as well. What a drive from Hypes.
If someone else gets Driver of the Day, I think it's become rigged. Ben's switching the results.
If someone else gets Driver of the Day, I'm changing it because that was absolutely amazing.
Ben must be switching the results if that happens. Grand Slam in ZRL. First of not so many.
Yep. He then finishes the race with a 40-second time penalty. Now 45-second time penalty. Big time penalties for him. And we've got Prodigy and Josh Dawson to cross the line now. Fight to the line. Who will cross the line first? It's going to be Prodigy. And that is the end of the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen.
No safety cars as well.
I know. That was the Josh Dawson driver of the day. What is that? Anyway, that's the game driver of the day, so it doesn't really matter. But here is your podium celebrations, ladies and gentlemen, with Hypes, the top guy there. That was a great drive.
He's too good. I think that's our conclusion.
Yeah.
We need a new division.
We need a new division, mate. It's an all-British podium, and that was such a mesmerising drive.
It's a UK 1, 2, 3, 4.
It is. And it's your finishing result for the Hungarian Grand Prix in 2022. It's Hypes who takes the race win, also with the big Grand Slam. DK in P2 with the Aston Martin. What a great drive from him with Paradox Ruins, who finishes off the top 3. Going down the grid then, it's Prodigy P4, Josh Dawson P5, through Miles even P6, Zach Duck P7, Ben P8, Xbox Culver P9, and Bass P10. So thank you for joining me and Lewis, ladies and gentlemen, on this very, very good race, we should say. There was no DNFs, only one disqualification, and we'll be back with you next weekend at the exact same time. So hope you join us then.